Hey guys, this is the Anythingers podcast with your host, Glass Bass and Casey Q, where we discuss, anything.
Hello and welcome to the Anythingers podcast, and I'm your host, Glass Bass, and here at KCQ.
Hi. Bye.
Hello, yeah, no, we're streaming. It's my first time doing a streaming thing for Up Live, which may be I usually do virtual reality games before, but this is the first time where we decided to move the podcast to Up Live and see how this goes. So now, what is today's topic, KCQ?
Today's topic, we're going to be doing weird foods from around the world.
I think pizza is weird, especially anchovies on pizza. That's weird.
I know, but it's more common. Like, a lot of people have anchovies on their pizza. It's a pretty common thing.
It's a pretty common thing you say. That's not common. That's very rare to me.
It's very common. Like, a lot of people eat anchovies on their pizza. It's a pretty common thing.
God.
I don't know anybody personally who does that because it's
very rare to me.
nasty, but yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense at this point. Let's see. Okay, so anchovy and pizza is a little. What about ranch on pizza? Isn't that pretty gross?
I don't like ranch. I don't like any type of thing on my pizza. I just like pizza. I don't like to put things on my pizza. Like ranch, I don't really like ranch, so I wouldn't really put ranch on my pizza.
Yeah, but they're not even obscure food. So I have to even start with one in the first place. A food that no one actually ever heard of, or food that otherwise no one will eat. And right now we got 52 people watching us, and we can comment in the bar. 65 people at this point. So yeah.
Yeah, comment. Yeah, hi.
Now let's see. What is one? Think of your weird food off the top of your head. What is really a genuinely weird food that you?
Well, I have a food that I kind of wanted to talk about. It's this pie. It's called Stargaze Pie. And it's a Cornish dish, and it's basically a pie, and it has like baked pilchards, which is a sardine, and then there's like eggs and there's potatoes, and it's like a pastry crust over like all of that. And then the fish heads, like they stick out on the sides, and it kind of looks like a star the way like the sardine heads stick out of the pie. And apparently it's supposed to be like amazing.
They have heads sticking out of the pie. Are you telling me correct? Heads are sticking out of the pie.
Yeah, basically it's just what I said. It's just like, sardine heads sticking out of the pie, and then you have like the normal pie top thing kind of thing, and then it's kind of like in a star shape, but it's Cornish. It was originally the pie originated from a little village in Mousehole in Cornwall, and apparently the people in this village were starving, and they were in a famine. Mm-hmm. So this dude Tom went to go get some fish, and he went to go fish to save the people in the village from starving to death. So he went to go get some fish, and it was like really stormy, and like really just like the weather was just really crazy. So like the people who were in the village were like, okay, well, he's gonna be our savior. He's gonna save us. He's gonna go get some fish for us so we don't starve to death. And then on December 23rd, he came back. Wait, no. On December 23rd.
Go on.
On December 23rd, he went to go on his journey and get the fish for the village so they wouldn't starve. And he came back, and he had like a shit ton of fish for like everybody to eat, and apparently they put the fish in a pie, and it just like what I like the Stargaze Pie, where it's like the little sardine heads are sticking out of it, and
Fish
ever
head?
since then,
Are you telling me
ever
fish heads
since
sticking out of the pie? That's pretty. Yeah, it just sounds.
yeah, basically, and so the people of the village, and from then on, it became a tradition, and it was then honed as Tom Bowcock's Festival, which is on the 23rd of December in Mousehold, and it's like a memorial to celebrate, Tom's efforts in going to get them fish when they were in a really bad famine. So, yeah, so in
Impressive.
celebration of that.
Yeah. Okay, that was one interesting food we should talk about that moment. Now, let's talk about the food I've picked for this podcast, or in this case, a up live stream cast. That's really come to think of it, kind of doing both at the, well, interesting. Anyway, ballot. Ballot seemed to be an interesting food. I've never ate one because I've never been to that place ever, but it seemed to be a common food staple from, say, Cambodia, apparently. But from what I've heard, you ever eat hard-boiled eggs, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, balut.
Hard-boiled eggs are delicious. Now, imagine if you take that hard-boiled egg, and instead of it just being a regular egg, it's a duck fetus. Hard-boiled duck fetus at that. And from what I understand, it's just apparently a very good delicacy in Cambodia, or generally street food in the Philippines, so to speak. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm assuming it tastes good, but at the same time, I'm like, do you know he's eating duck fetus? It's a question. I don't even. The only problem is that we have no real experience with weird foods around the world, and that's kind of a problem. We can only imagine what it would feel like if we're eating weird food in the first place. Although, I'm pretty sure if you eat it normally, people are used to it over there. Like, it's a food staple for them over there. Eat it, and it's fine. To us, it's like, okay, that's interesting. Duck fetus, though. I don't know. How would you feel if you're eating balut, so to speak?
Well, it's pronounced balut, not balut.
Balut. Yeah, we're butchering
balut. Balut. But I don't think I could eat it. But if it did come to a point where, if I was traveling or something, and I somehow, maybe I try it one day. I don't know. I wouldn't eat it by myself though. I wouldn't be like I wouldn't have like a carton of like balut eggs in my refrigerator.
You wouldn't eat balut. What if balut is totally delicious? It tastes like.
I heard it was really good. Like, I've never heard of it being like disgusting or anything. From what many people said, it's really good once you get past the duck fetus in the egg. Like, if you just like eat the yolk and like slurp the broth in the egg, then you're good. But like, I haven't heard anybody say, "Oh, no, I can't eat that. That's gross." But like, I heard it was pretty good. It tastes like chicken. It's an egg. I heard it was good. I don't know. Maybe I try it one day, but I don't want to like eat it by myself.
You have to try it one day. What other weird food can we think of? Well, I mean, it's weird for us, but okay to other people. Like, they're used to it. Like, maybe some of the food we eat is weird to them.
I also have another weird food. It's a meat. It's called bush meat, and it's basically a bunch of meat from domesticated mammals like reptiles, birds, amphibians, like different kinds of like freaking like animal meat, and like and they would, and people in what's it called, like Africa, in different African countries, they chop up the meat of like different kinds of animals, and then they would eat it, and and then we eat it, and then they would distribute it, and it's mainly common in cities and countries in or places in Africa that don't really have a large population, or like the population is, or like if the population is just really like I guess poor, or so like the bush meat, because like it can be obtained in like an abundance, like you just chop up any kind of meat and just like serve it and give it out or eat it. It's like just readily available. But the thing with bushmeat is that you can carry it can carry like a bunch of like different like diseases, because some of the meat that they prepare and some of the meat that they eat, it might not be cooked, or like just the meat in general, since it's a wild animal. It has a bunch of like different kinds of like diseases, such as like measles and rabies and yellow fever, tuberculosis, like a bunch of other shit like you're not like supposed to ingest, because this meat, like these are wild animals. Like you don't know what they eat, you don't know what they congest. So if you're just like chopping up random meat and you're not cleaning it and not like processing it, or not processing it, but cleaning it properly, then a lot of diseases can
Speaking
pop
of,
up.
can we think about a little bit more? Let's go to the European side of things. Why am I thinking of cow tongue? Do you think cow tongue is a weird food? Cow tongue.
Cow tongue.
Yeah, cow tongue. Think about eating cow tongue.
I think cow tongue, I don't know where it originated, but I think it's basically a delicacy in most parts of the world, because I went to a grocery store and I've seen cow tongue in the poultry section. So I think it's pretty common to see it in a grocery store versus something.
I would definitely say it is considered common, but it's still considered uncommon at the same time. It's not exactly a food that most people I know would eat, though. I never ate cow tongue. I never did. Nor did I eat cow testicle, which is actually a delicacy too. Let's see. Food. Did we mention Japanese exotic food?
No, but we can talk about some weird foods, and if you guys in the stream are in it, comment some weird foods that you've eaten, or like in your country, your state, like what do you consider like weird food? Like what is weird food to you?
We'll see if anyone commenting, but if they don't, we just continue as we go on. Remember, it's a lot of watchers, review commentary, jumping to share about this. But anyway, fugu. You've heard of fugu.
Fugu, yeah, like the fungus.
Fungus? Did you say it was a fungus?
Is it a fungus?
No,
I thought it was fungus.
It's a species of fish they eat in Japan, known for being very poisonous to the point where they have to have special chefs specifically pre-cut it in such a way that people can eat it without being paralyzed to death. We're talking like if you don't prepare fugu correctly, if you eat it, every muscle in your body becomes frozen, paralyzed. Even your lungs can't breathe. Essentially, you die from becoming asphyxiated.
Oh my.
And people love the taste of it to the point where they need very specific, specialized chefs in Japan in order to slice it in such a way that you're only eating the good meat, and none of it has to be poisonous. That includes the eyeballs. That includes the liver, if I recall. That includes most of the meat. Only some of the meat is eatable. But as it turned out, that only applies to natural fugu. What I found out is that if you get natural fugu, it's toxic because it eats like other prey that contain poisonous bacteria. Like the fish is used to it, but they keep on having these bacteria that makes a poison inside it, and that's why we have poison fugu. Now, as it turns out, in Japan they started doing their own fisheries, and they started growing their own fugu in their own pond. Everything like it's fugu, but it's not eating any of the poisonous bacteria or whatever it's eating. So you can have fugu without the poison. Synthetic though. Technically speaking, it's a real fish, but they have a synthetic way of growing it. I think. No, it's more like no, it's not synthetic. What do you call it? It's just artificial growing, artificial selection, so to speak, of fugu. But yeah, just don't eat one if it can be poisonous. Let's see. Okay, so that's my fugu piece. You have any other weird food in your mind?
I kind of only did like two because didn't know we were going to be doing more. So I'm looking up. I've came across something. I don't have notes on it, but it was. I saw a video on like Facebook or YouTube or something, and it was called like Yin and Yang Fish or something.
Yin Yang
And
Fish. And one side of it good, one side of it bad.
It wouldn't. It's not that specifically. It basically, it's a pretty. I guess it's pretty big in China, and what they do is they get a live fish, and they put it in like oil to cook it, and it's like and like the fish is alive when it's being cooked. So then like they serve it on like a platter, and then they put like sauce on it, and sometimes the fish's head would still be alive, and it'd still be like twitching and shit. And
Twitching? We're eating
yeah,
fish
and then like
boiling
the
fish?
person who's the people that are eating it, think it's cool. Like it's just like a delicacy, I guess. But like
Yeah.
that kind of the kind of like the cooking method that they cook the fish, like news caught onto it, and I guess they're gonna, I don't know the actual status in which they stop this or whatever, but like I guess the news caught onto it, and they want to like completely like stop the practice of doing it because it's cruelty to the fish. Like the fucking fish is being burnt alive. So
Yeah, wait a minute. If the fish were burnt alive, I can bell it is fine. Because that's boiled duck fetus, like I mentioned before. That's cool, but this isn't. I wonder why. What's the difference?
well, the duck fetus in balut is dead.
True.
So
Wait a minute.
so I guess it would be less cruel. But like it's still a baby, but like at the same time it's dead and it's cooked. I mean, I think they boil it or some, I don't know. But
I think it has to be like embryo that's dead already, and then they eat it. I mean,
like it's an unborn like baby. It's a fetus, so like it's whatever development that it had, it's stopped growing, so it's dead. So versus the fish, I don't think it's in the same ballpark. I mean, like versus you're actually taking a live fish out of its habitat or the sea or wherever it's from and boiling it to death versus in dead unborn fetus.
the unborn fetus never lived, it never knew, versus the fish that lived and knew, in a sense.
Yeah.
That's an interesting topic. Yeah, about fish versus fish versus ducks at that point. Japan has more weird food, or sort of. So they often prepare squid. I'm not sure what the species of squid is, but I've often seen videos on YouTube where they prepare these like squid, and they can actually cut them off. Like you can actually cut their head off and leave the eyes, like right here. You cut off here, and they look like they're still alive. They're still moving and everything, but they're actually dead. The only thing that's actually moving in the squid is their muscle, because the muscle become like basically there's something happened to the muscle where the muscle still reacting to do the stop. Actually, wait, stop. Oh yeah, that's what happened. So you have a squid. It's recently cut. No, technically it's dead. And if you pour salt on it, it moves. The muscle moves because the salt reacts with the muscle, and it looks like it's alive, but it's not. It's just the muscle reacting with the salt. You can say the same with frog legs
And octopus.
and octopus and all that. But speaking of which, frog legs, Thanksgiving, yeah, what about foie gras? Wait a minute. How do you make foie gras again? Wasn't foie gras like where they shove? Which way was it again?
Foie gras. Foie gras.
Was it a goose? No, we don't eat goose.
What is foie gras again?
Do we eat goose? It'd be interesting if we actually eat goose, though. But yeah, we gotta look up like foie gras.
Weird. They also have steak tartare, which is like basically raw steak, like
it's
completely
beef.
raw steak.
It's sushi beef. I think I had one before. It was delicious. You should eat one too. At the foie gras, if I recall, is it's banned, and they say cruelty to ducks. So it's considered a luxury. So to make foie gras, they have to force feed duck or goose. It's either a duck or a goose in the cage, and they have to force feed it with a lot of what are they feeding it with? Oh, corn. Basically, it's a really fat goose or a duck, and they have to keep on force feeding it with the corn until it gets to the point where the duck is so fat it can't move or something. Force feeding, and then they cook it. Foie gras is essentially. Wait a minute, what was it? It was, let's see. Ancient Egyptians, force feeding. I'm not sure if they ate it because the meat was better or because they eat the liver. I have to look up this one, but basically force fed ducks. And you eat the fat of it. Ew. How do they make this thing though? Oh, they force fed and all that. Let's see. The livers. Oh, that's what it is. They love livers, apparently. Force feeding it so the liver gets full of fat, and then they cook it. That's what happens in ducks. How do you like it if you like to eat a force-fed liver because someone force-fed a duck full of corn?
Well, it's banned for a reason. It's cruel to the duck. So if it's banned, then I can't eat it.
It's still considered weird food because it's the way you prepare it. That's odd. Like, take a duck. It was an ancient duck, and then you start feeding it corn because you just want the juicy liver to be even be more juicy in that regard. Juicy liver ducks, or goose, or the hell? What the hell? What other weird food do we have here?
There's an Italian cheese, and it's pretty well known around the world, and it says that it's like similar to mozzarella or like mascarpone. So no.
Marzipan.
Yeah, so no, my computer was like shutting off or something. So like the sheep cheese, and then like I guess it makes a process of that or something, and it's called casu marzu, and it's basically it's basically made from fermentation of the cheese, and like the way it ferments, it starts like getting mold, I guess.
Mold. Of course, it's blue cheese.
It's not blue cheese. It's not blue cheese. Which it starts to ferment and start decomping, I guess, and the digestion, and then like I think it has like larvae in it, and this like the insects inside of the cheese, like the larvae, it helps like break down some of the fats in the cheese, and it makes it like really soft and creamy and shit like that.
Insects. Did you just mention insects?
Well, like larvae of like I don't know what kind of larvae. But...
Okay, whatever. The point was they use larvae to make cheese. They use larvae to make cheese. I mean, I understand blue cheese.
I mean, like through the fermentation of the cheese actually getting like older, and it like it's sitting out and stuff, and like it like getting all old and decomposition and shit, then like I guess it starts attracting larvae and bugs and shit. I don't know. And then it sits there and it makes
you want some
it makes
larvae
it
cheese?
soft.
Will you eat a cheeseburger with it on it? Larvae cheese. Will you? You want cheeseburger except the cheese with that?
No.
No? No? Why not? Tell me. I guess it was just interesting. Okay. Oh, have you heard of haggis? You know what
Yes.
haggis? Yeah, go on. What's haggis? Go on.
I think haggis is the most grossest thing ever. Haggis is pretty.
What's haggis? What is it? What is it? What's haggis?
Haggis is hold on 1 second. Don't explain what haggis is. I got you. I just want to make sure.
You just want to make sure you got the information correct. Or to be fair, we're just talking about real food. Take no. We don't actually know these food. We're just thinking what the food could be. We definitely ate our fair share.
So it's a Scottish dish, and it's consisting of sheep's calf, mixed with suet, oatmeal, and seasoning, and boiled in a bag, and it's often made from an animal's stomach.
Wait. A stomach? Let me get this straight.
An animal stomach, not like a human, but like an animal stomach.
You eat.
So it's kind of like a pudding texture. So have you ever had like stuffing for Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
It's-
like a turducken. Like a turducken.
No, like have you ever had stuffing for like Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Do you know what
yes.
stuffing is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a cooked turkey with like a stuffing thing and a spilled. Yeah, that. What about it?
Yeah, so just like that stuffing that they put in turkeys, and you can eat stuffing by itself. But it has that consistency. It's kind of like pudding, I guess.
Except it's stomach pudding. It's literally like onion, oatmeal.
So they put a bunch of different stuff in it. It's like onion, oatmeal, suet, spices, salt, and mixed with like chicken stock, I guess. And then it's cooked in an animal stomach,
I mean,
and it's like
delicious.
kind of like a casing.
Yeah, but from what I'm looking at, it look like a face hugger that's hugging something. Now that should make it even more gross. At least the picture
Yeah.
I guess I'm looking at, but it look like a freaking face hugger in my hand. So yeah, you want to eat stuffed stomach? Go ahead, be my guest. And now we have other foods where tripe. Oh, we haven't even.
Oh yeah,
to
tripe.
tripe. What is a tripe? I never heard. I never heard of tripe. So what is a tripe? Apparently, weird sea plant life. What is this thing anyway? What? It's like a snack food or something. Stomach linings. It's made of stomach linings.
Yeah,
Stomach linings.
I think it's like pig intestine or something.
So they literally take pig intestine and
It's the first or second stomach of a cow, and the other ruminant used as food.
This isn't really filling food, is it? They're just more like a snack, or it looks like it's just a snack. It has a rubbery texture. Would you eat rubber?
Yeah, so like it's made from the muscle of the wall of a cow's stomach.
And the cow has like 3 stomachs.
Yeah, so it's like made from the wall of it, and yeah.
You think people would be creative with what food they get out of so many animals at this point?
And like it's kind of similar to like chitlins. Have you ever had chitlins? I never will eat chitlins in my life ever again. They are gross as shit. They smell like shit. Like chitlins are pig intestines, and it smells like shit. Like if you cook it in your house, your whole house will smell like shit. And I remember my uncle came over and he was like, "Man, I want some chitlins." And I was like, "What's chitlins?" And he was like, "Oh, you're gonna find out." And he didn't want to tell me what they were. And like he was just cooking them, and my mom was like, "Oh, my house smells like shit," and oh, it smells so bad. And then I went downstairs and I was smelling it. I was just like, oh, it smells like shit. And then he was fucking those chillins up, but like they smell so bad.
Let's say it smells
They
like
smell
feces.
so bad.
It smells like
It smells like crap.
crap. I would say crap at this point, yeah, but we get the point across. It smells like crap. Or feces. Better way of saying it, so to speak. Yeah. Gross, 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 gross. Wait a minute. Cash? It's the Middle Eastern, Ethiopian, and Turkey galaxy cash. Not like money cash, but like a food. You ever heard of cash?
No.
What is that? Okay, so a cash, and they say it's basically a stew, except that they put cow's feet and a head into the stew, and from looking at it's basically a giant stew, except you have cow's feet and head cooking to it.
Interesting.
Yeah, we think these definitely an obscure food we never heard of, and I can see how it can. Oh, here's a problem now. You're eating it, but imagine a skull staring at you with eyes still intact.
Well, like, it looks like they fully cooked the head. So, I mean, I've never had this dish. From what I'm looking at, it doesn't look that bad. I'd probably try it. I'd try it. It looks pretty good from what I'm seeing right now. I don't know.
Are you looking at the same picture I'm looking at? It look like a bunch. Look
Yeah.
like they're putting 5
I'm
heads.
looking at hash.
It looked like
I
they're
mean-
putting-
I mean, it looks like not. It doesn't look like something like we would eat because like we're so used to eating what we eat. But I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I'd try it.
So one bowl has cow's feet on it. The other bowl looks like eyeballs. I don't know what that is. It looks like eyeballs. Oh, whatever that is. And then on the other side of that picture, there's 5 cow head in the middle of that bowl. Wow. I mean, maybe the meat is delicious. It's just the fact it looks so much like a cow head. Ugh. I should eat it though. You can't judge it.
Mm.
What about tuna eyeball? If they say it sounds nasty, it tastes like octopus, it tastes like squid, but it's tuna's eyeball.
I wouldn't eat that because I don't like fish. But
How come you don't like? You never eat fish. You never do. You never like. Oh, actually, have you seen that?
just like it's just like I don't know. I don't eat fish.
You don't eat fish.
It's just me. I don't eat fish. I don't eat fish.
Okay, so people, as it turns out, like normally we don't normally we don't drink blood like vampire. We're not vampires by any stretch of the meaning, but as it turned out, black pudding, or otherwise known as blood sausage, often seen in African Americans, Asians, and Europe, and it's often known as like basically congealed blood. It's blood that congealed and cooked with various natural flavorings, like they put in like breadcrumbs, then they put into a sausage skin. It's basically pudding except it's blood. Blood pudding. I mean, to be fair, we eating blood if we actually, I don't know. I'm not sure about blood pudding at this point. Now, spam. Do you think spam is a weird food? Spam.
I don't personally like spam. I think it smells like shit again. You do know what spam stands for? Spare pig arm fat.
Wait. SPAM? Spare pig.
Spare pig arm meat?
Pig?
Arm
Meat?
fat? Arm meat? I don't know. Somebody told me when I was a kid that spam stood for spare pig arm fat, but I was like, then it would be spamf.
No. It's spare pig
like,
arm meat.
Okay, spare pig arm meat. There you go.
That makes a lot more sense considering spam.
I mean, like, I like cook spam. Like, if it's like you know, because like there's a lot of like a different like little like different kind of dishes in like Asian culture where they make like spam musubi and shit like that, and like it's really popular in Hawaii. So like yeah, but like I don't really like spam.
Spam is awesome. How you not like it? You go hiking out in the woods out in Canada.
I didn't grow up with spam. I grew up with Vienna sausage.
You miss out. You missed out. Delicious spam tangles is made in the back of the woods.
Vienna sausage is way better.
No, spam is better. No, you.
Vienna sausage.
It's shark, rotting shark. Yes, there is rotting shark. Yes, it's buried underground shell pit, pressed with stone, poisonous internal fluids, drained out, and we come across a food that's only in Greenland, known as hakar, in Iceland or Greenland, so to speak. Basically, it's a carcass of a Greenland shark, a basking shark, so to speak. They put it in a pit, squash it, and make sure the fluid come out. And now, the smell is described as ammonia-rich and a strong fishy flavor. However, it may be glitchy to some people, but other people may have tried it and say it was the single worst, most disgusting and terrible tasting thing you ever tried. Where do people come up with this food? Or rather,
I don't know.
Or rather,
There's a dish in the UK, I think London, I guess.
Yeah.
Or the the UK, and it's called Bubble and Squeak.
Bubble
and Squeak, and it's a breakfast. It's made from boiled potatoes and cabbage, and it's sometimes the dish is like fried leftover vegetables from like a roast dinner. So like whatever you have like the previous night, they just like throw it in there, and then like it can be like Brussels sprouts or corn or anything. So yeah.
Good God.
It actually looks good. I don't really like cabbage, but like I try it.
Good God. You would try it? You would try what you just described.
Or we could have some spotted dick.
Wait a minute, there's spotted dick? No.
There's spotted dick. It is also from the UK, and it's a British pudding, and it's made from dried fruit, and it's often served with custard.
Yeah. What's the grossest food now? Okay, there are some pretty.
It doesn't look bad. It looks like a dessert.
You tell okay. You
And
can say
they
that-
also have spotted dick in a can.
What? 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 Spotted dick. Spotted dick.
Spotted dick in a can. It's pudding, sponge pudding.
God.
And then
help
like
us
you
all.
throw some custard on it.
God help us all. That we're talking about that such awful things. God help us all. Truly, what other?
There's food called faggots. It's not a derogative towards like gay people. It's an actual like brand of food called faggots.
You have to type it. How do you spell that? Is the question.
Like
If-
faggots. Like FAGGOTS. Faggots.
Fag goats.
Fagots, whatever.
So fag goats. It's an actual-
Fagots,
But I rather
whatever.
So what's fag goats thing? Tell me.
It's-
what is-
It's basically like something you'd see in a TV dinner in the store. It's minced off. It's like meatballs, and it's like added for it. It has breadcrumbs and shit in it, and I guess you put it in your stew or something. But like it's basically a meatball.
It's fag goat and meatballs. 'Cause
Yeah.
Fag goat meatballs. Have some fag goats. That just doesn't sound right. You shouldn't think that way. That doesn't even. Fag goat. Okay, it's better saying that, I guess. What about
Fag goat.
What about actual insects? We don't normally eat bugs here. No. But in many other parts of the world, it's considered normal. Actually better than beef, I heard, for some protein. Where people would like to eat grasshoppers. Like roasted, jingly grasshoppers. In Thailand, so to speak. Basically, big grasshopper and they short and fry it, and they taste like popcorn skin.
Ugh.
Except for one part. The juice squirts out when you eat it. If you eat grasshopper, roasting, then it squirts out. Well, because it's grasshopper.
They have Japanese wasp rice crackers in Japan, specifically in Omachi, and they're basically like whole fucking digger wasps. They're pretty big, and apparently they're really sweet and crunchy.
I never heard of wasp. What was it again? Wasp.
It was a rice cracker.
Let me get this straight. Wasp embedded in crackers.
Yeah.
That's the most horrifying
It's
picture I ever
apparently
saw.
it's supposed to be really sweet and crunchy. I guess due to the
You
the
said
actual wafer.
apparently. But what if you get stung? You get stung by dead stingers.
They're dead. They're dead. They're not like alive. So
But the stingers are so active. If they, I don't know if that was it.
I don't know how they prepare it, but like just by the way it looks, I mean, they're dead, so I don't know if they're actually like poisonous. If they are, then I don't think they use them. I don't know. But they're a cookie, so
Fried spider. Another food that hails from Cambodia. You marinate this in MSG, sugar, and salt. Then you fry it in garlic. More meat than a grasshopper. Add brown sauce and everything. And it's fried spider. Will you eat fried spider, though, is the question.
in South Korea they have it's a silkworm. It's called byeonbaegi, and it's like a silkworm, and it's like a really popular like street food or bar snack, and people say it tastes like dried shrimp.
I mean, I'm used to eating shrimp. I'm just not used to eating these other things. Not to mention, bushmeat. Yeah, there is the bushmeat in Australia, except it used to be. This is actually a traditional food that the ingenious Australians ate there, not the okay. What was it? The ingenious people, so to speak, and they eat grub. We're talking grubs like pulled out of tree, and if you cook it in a certain way, the skin tastes like chicken, and it tastes like it has a consistency of scrambled egg inside, except for one thing. This is grub, like insect grub.
I also read that there was like a tequila pop in like parts of Mexico where it has like a certain bug in the lollipop, and if you lick it, I don't think
I
it's
saw
actually
that. They put
like
it
I
in
don't think
hands.
the lollipop is not actually like tequila filled or like dipped in tequila, but like or I think it is, I don't know, but like the bug is supposed to give you like it's supposed to give you like it's supposed to do like hallucinogenic like visions or some shit, so it probably just make you really weird. So
Yeah, that definitely some weird Mexican food.
you can
Speaking of-
also order them online for the people that are daring and want like freaking worm lollipops. You can order them online and eat them.
Good God in heaven! Wow. Yeah, that's some interesting food, and God, I'm starving for some food. And wow, get the page. Wait, are you still there?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just something going near my hand. Specifically, yeah, great. Okay, 5 weirdest food. Eskimo insect caviar. They make insect caviar. You know what that is?
Yes.
That's edible larvae and pupae of ants harvested from. Wow, you just said that, and okay. Okay. What are the insect? Okay, it comes as no surprise that most of the weird food it comes from insect, because to us in America, we normally don't think of insects. That's what I'm saying. But in the rest of the world, they got more like I said, they got more protein than meat, usually speaking, so to speak. And like I'm just saying, silkworm. How do they cook this silkworm? It's a question.
You probably fry them or boil them or something to make them crunchy.
Crunchy. It is the crunchiest thing in all of existing. And actually, wait. Escort. Oh yeah, I did eat snail. Except it's a French cuisine, and snails they're cooked inside this metal bowl that look like it has 5 holes in it, and they put a little piece of bread on it, and it tastes delicious. I had one myself. It's snail.
Is it like escargot?
Yeah, something like that. It's snail cooked in the salt and wine, garlic, butter, and parsley, served in the shell. That kind of stuff. So what do we come up with? Let's see. Most of these weird foods are basically insects. Oh god, what is a stink bug? How you take like apple? How? It tastes apple? There's a bug that tastes like apple. And basically, stink bugs, they have a crunch to them, and they taste a little bit like apple. Yeah, you can have bugs. Put them in your mouth, and they release a dying pheromone as we speak, and they taste like apple in your mouth. Like apple flush. Would you rather have apple flush in your mouth?
No.
Why not? It's apple. It's just happens to be apple flush. No? You come up with a weird food then. Come on. I give you apple flush.
I'm trying to look for one.
Okay, a lot of these are worm. Oh, tequila worm. Yeah, we mentioned that one before. Marmite. Okay, what's a marmite? Let's see. Oh. This is stuff they throw away in... This is basically trash. Like, when you're brewing beer or something like that, where marmite, it's like garbage. Yeast that's at the bottom of a brewery barrel. And from looking at, it had a very concentrated, salty flavor and a very brown paste. Either you love it or you eat it. Actually, I was going to say you love it or hate it. And you usually eat it with cheese. So it's basically brown pasty yeast that you usually throw away, except some people eat it with cheese. I need to know how these food tastes like. I can't be a good judge unless I know what one might taste like. Yeast is sack at that. And pickle egg not that weird. Oh wait a minute, it kind of is. Like you can make. Is pickle egg weird? No, they just stuck it in jarred linger. It's basically not that weird if you think about it. No, of course not. Alright, let's see. Bird nest soup. What? Bird nest soup. Asian Galaxy. They took a nest, and then it's literally made of spit, like bird spit. Bird spit hot in the air, and people love eating bird spit. That's dried up, and that's what they call, let's see, a bird nest soup. Will you eat bird spit? Is the question now.
No.
It's hogging bird spit. Like, you know how a bird usually makes a twig for a nest? This one uses hogging spit. You have no other weird food, do you?
Let's see.
Cherry block of meat. What is cherry? Wait a minute. What cherry block of meat? Are they horses? It's horse.
Well,
it's
I have a...
It's horse.
Horse what?
They cherry block in Japan. From looking at... Yeah, it's meat. I mean, we usually think of cow. We usually think of, like, you know, beef from cow. But this one is horse. Horse, like... Hold up. Let's see. Raw horse. Oh, God. You eat it like raw fish, except it's raw horse. Raw horse meat. It's called cherry blossom in Japan. No. Do you eat such a thing? Is a question.
No. But there's like I kind of want to get into desserts.
Yeah.
So there's like a dessert it's called tavuk, and it's in Turkey. It's chicken, cinnamon, and sweetened milk.
Oh, chicken cinnamon and sweets. That
So
sounds
like
especially
it's a
delicious.
sweet
I would like to
pudding,
know
but
about that
it's
one.
chicken. So
Uh,
like it's like pounded like very finely, and then like it's eventually put into like pudding or whatever. Um, and yeah, just sprinkle some cinnamon on it, and you got some chicken pudding.
I would say eating cinnamon is a weird food in itself. If you ever eat cinnamon, raw cinnamon, people try doing that like all the time on YouTube. Let's see, crocodile, rattlesnake. People actually eat rattlesnake? Rattlesnakes. People, come to think of it, people will eat anything at this point. If it sounds like it has even any remote flavoring, if it even has any remote taste to it, then people eat it. And people eat snakes. Though snake is often a favorite delicacy right here in the United States. Yes, we do have our own weird food right here as we speak, and a southern fried rattlesnake right here. And they say it tastes a bit like frog legs. However, and then you fry in deep fried fat, and you're basically eating snake bits. Snake bits. You want some snake on you?
Actually, I heard snake was pretty good. I'm not shocked. I went to a store that sold snake meat, and my aunt was like, "We're gonna buy snake meat," and I was just like, let's not."
Why
But like,
not?
I heard it was pretty good.
You
Maybe
never,
I try some.
you
I don't
never,
know.
you never try snake meat, did you? You never did.
I've tried. I've tried. Not goat. Uh, lamb. I've tried lamb. I didn't really like it because it was very gamey, and I don't
Gamey?
like gamey meat.
What is gamey? Is that like a definition of a texture of a meat?
Because like, if you've ever had lamb, they like it's different from tasting a cow. Like cow, it tastes like it's more meaty versus like a lamb. I guess because it's smaller and they eat grass and shit. So like their contents of their
You're telling me the meat is changed by
body.
eating grass because
So it's very gamey tasting, and I don't like it.
yeah.
I don't really like.
Some
I don't really
people,
like.
some people like some people just like cow meat. Except if the cow eats too much grass, you get a certain kind of meat, and if the cow eats too much like what cow feed, corn or something, then you get like
Yeah.
different texture for meat itself.
Yeah. Lamb is like a different texture, different taste. I mean, it smelled good, but like I ate it and I was just like, it's okay.
Oh, we have Rocky Mountain oysters. We still have weird food here too. Though as it turns out, Rocky Mountain oyster is basically bull testicle, bull balls. They're deep fried and put out pepper and salt, and they're basically bull testicles that we can eat here, and often eat them at baseball stadiums.
Americans will eat anything. They will
Well,
eat anything.
what about bull testicles? What they call oysters? Yes, well they're not oysters. They're actually bull testicles.
They're bull testicles. They're not oysters.
Bull,
But
bull
again,
testicles. Good
Americans
lord.
like to fry things. A lot of things.
What's the weirdest food you actually personally ate? Though we've been talking about food we never ate before, which is kind of a problem. And wow, we have 353 people watching us. That's impressive. Yeah, but honestly, we've been talking about food that we never ate. Now we have to rely back to the tactic of let's say, what's the weirdest thing we've actually ate? Is the question. You start first. The last thing we do.
Let's see. Weirdest thing I've ever eaten.
Is, is search your soul, search your brain.
You go first, because like I need to really think back to my life.
Think back in your life. What have you done? What weird food have you?
You go first, because I need to think about what I ate. You go first.
I have to go first. Fine. Ugh. man, my memory's not that great, but I think I remember one time I was eating in a Japanese restaurant, and I really love these crab. They're not like, crab that you crack apart. They're not that kind of crab. They're actually like, how you have like little baby crabs, and then they're deep fried, and they look like crabs still, but they're deep fried and they're baby tiny crabs, and there's like 30 of them on a bowl. I don't know what it was, but that's basically the weirdest thing I can think of, like, off the top of my head. I remember my sister was my family at the time. I would keep on eating because this thing was delicious. I'm not kidding you. It tastes like, and then my sister would be like, "Ew, get that out of here! Ew, it looked like crab," and she gets scared of it. But it looked delicious. Look at it. It's fried crabs, except it looked like little baby crabs.
No, that's not too uncommon. I know a lot of people who love crab and they fuck fried crab up. The weirdest the weirdest thing that I've ever eaten.
Come on, search your soul.
Oh, the weirdest thing I've ever eaten was corned beef. I don't like corned beef.
That was the weird thing to eat. Corned beef. What's wrong with
I
corned
don't
beef?
like corned beef. I don't like it.
Corned beef.
It's like sweet and I don't like it.
Oh, you don't like corned beef? Yeah, it's okay in a certain way.
Also, jicama.
People eat sperm stacks. So, Japan, we're going back to Japan for this one as well. And shuriako in Japan is often considered a sushi galaxy, except it's basically a fancy name for a cogged sperm stack. It's soft and creamy to taste it. You can have it steamed or deep fried. But again, they call it thing shuriako. It's actually more like cogged sperm stack. People eating sperm, okay, I mean, they eat caviar, so it wouldn't be that much of a stretch. Yeah, okay, so in the meantime, that's basically all the weird food we came up with at this point. And we will stream again, and I'll say this is Glass Bash signing off, and you say signing off as well.
Bye.
Alright, and we'll see you next again on our next streaming podcast.